we've already talked about all the things that are in your bid. You're going to get all that situated. Now what do you do with it? You got a bid. You're going to submit that bid. So, how are you going to go about that? For local level events, you're going to send that to your monarchy. Usually the monarch and chancellor. For principality level events, you are going to send that to the BOD. You can all make sure that the chair has that, as well as the rest of the members, of course. Now, it's going to be very important that when you're handing in the bid is very, very, very important. There should be posts being made on deadlines for said events, but currently we have a little bit of thing in our Capora that we have lost a lot of the... Yeah, that's the problem with our Capora. It has a thing that says we don't have the thing. So, I believe there are a number of people that are going to be working on fixing that. So we used to have basically, when we don't have a thing, we kind of go by tribal knowledge. Tribal knowledge basically states that you hand it in with the preceding event. So basically, Koros before proceeding, mid-rain, and vice versa.
The deadline. That's the deadline for the bid to be handed.
Deadline.
Yeah.
So you can hand it in ahead of time.
If you can hand it in before, you're giving yourself way more opportunity to fix whatever the BOD or in principality-wise can fix. Let's say they see a liability with, oh my God, you literally are camping on poop. Like, you know what I mean? That needs to be fixed. You can't do that. And then you can fix it and have time instead of being like, okay, well, now the deadline's up. Now it's up to Principality to run the event.
Also, right, there's going to be times where you're going to have competing bids, and you don't want to risk your bid going in too late and somebody winning the bid purely because they had it in before you, right? And also, right, it's going to give the BOD or your monarchy, whatever the situation is for the level of event that you're running, it's going to give them ample time to really analyze it and make an informed decision, especially if you have competing bids. There's also going to be situations where the bid, there might be one bid and it might be problematic, and they might just not accept any of the bids handed in, which then means that the monarchy, it would fall to them to run the event. Now, there's going to be situations also where no one is going to bid at all, and that then falls to the monarchy to run. So if you are running for office, side note, pro tip, if you will, be advised that there is a high chance that at some point you will have to run or be a crat for a bid because no one else will be entering it. Please don't go into office thinking that that is something that you will never have to deal with. The majority of times that I've ever done it was because no one else was doing it. So, yeah, be prepared.
As monarchy, you can't delegate, just not to scare anybody off of office.
Yes.
But it will be your responsibility to make sure that this event happens. So the person that you delegate, if they bail, again, your thing.
Yes.
I was going to go back to the BOD. I just wanted to show you tell you when you submit a bid. I just kind of wanted to a little bit what happens. So let's say there's multiple bids, or just one bid. Chances are what's going to happen is you're going to submit your bid to the BOD. The BOD is going to it's going to post in the BOD chat thing. We're all going to look at it, and then we're going to call you and ask you to come and meet with the BOD if we have questions. So it gives you the opportunity to answer and explain anything that we don't understand in your bid. Doesn't mean your bid can be half-assed. Way better. Sorry, apologies, language. No longer mature thread. I always do that, every thread. If Faywellen is on the thread, it is now 18 plus. Sorry.
18 plus. We can't have nice things.
So yeah, we're going to have questions. Chances are you're going to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of your bid, especially if there's more than one bid. We're probably going to ask the Autocrat, so be prepared to present your bid. And when we
Present
have
and
questions,
defend.
please be prepared to answer them. Yes, exactly. So, like, don't have your friend write the bid and just put your name on it, because chances are you're going to have to answer these questions. We're going to be like, well, why did you choose this site? Does this, like, if you didn't list the thing, you know what I mean? Like, we have
Be
questions.
flexible.
We always have questions. And we are kind of mean about it because it's a liability thing. So we need to know, especially if this has to do with principality funds, we're probably going to be pretty like, okay, like, we need to know this thing.
Just
you're going to need to have the answer.
Yeah, a quick note on that, right, is being flexible. Please understand that they're not just trying to be mean, right?
Yeah.
Their questions they're asking is because of legal matters, right? Liability, safety, things like that. They're not trying to put you down on your creativity and your ideas and stuff. They want to make sure that, you know, it's going to be a successful event and that everyone's going to be safe and that the organization is not going to be sued. You know, and they're not going to have to make any moral decisions that are against, you know, their morality. If you're going to do something where it's just like, technically it's illegal, but it's still dangerous and we're not okay with that, right? They're not trying to just be Debbie Downers or, you know, whatever the term is.
I was going to say, yeah, it's basically liability and financial. Like, the BOD, like, let's say me and Anne are on the BOD, and your bid has werewolves instead of vampires, I'm not just going to vote you down because you have vampires instead of werewolves. You know what I mean? It's literally, there are very important things. But like...
Must be werewolves.
No, that's what I said. If they're werewolves instead of vampires. Whereas I prefer vampires.
Yeah,
sorry.
if there's vampires, no, you're getting a no vote. Just, if it's over werewolves...
Gee, it's a good thing you didn't vote on the BOD bid from Baron. Wow.
I'm not on the BOD!
Sorry, I meant the BOD, but if you were. Anyway. There was werewolves in there anyway.
Also, I'm joking.
So it's okay. We can have both.
What I said is not true. I would not downvote you.
Yeah. That's what I meant. It's not based on the creativity. We're not going to vote based on theme. Literally, all of the things that we're voting on is literally what is best for the principality. What do we think is going to...
Is there a pirate theme? There should be...
I mean, we can put that in there as a suggestion.
Werewolves, pirates, you know, it's great things for bid.
Always add vampires and pirates, or sorry, werewolves and pirates when you know Anne is voting on your bid.
Right.
Admiral.
Solid.
Yes.
Solid.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I am joking. Just want to preface, I am joking.
We're kidding.
We are kidding.
It's all been really serious for a really long time, so I needed a little... I needed a werewolf break.
I appreciate you all. Thank you also again for folks that are watching, that are putting up with us, and for those in the future that will be watching all of the nonsense. So let's keep this train going forward. To finish off the bid submission. If you end up doing a joint event with local events, you want to then be presenting this bid to both governments. You're not going to just send it to one and hope that they have autonomy over another park. That is not how that works. When all of that is also situated, be sure to request the liability insurance from the BOD. We have liability insurance. Please use the liability insurance. Now, it is not a guarantee that you get the liability insurance, so this is very, very important. The BOD will get your request. You will send it to the chair of the BOD, and the chair will then bring it to the BOD for a vote. So they have to vote on it first, whether or not they're going to allow you to use the liability insurance. Then you also have to, if that vote goes through, you have to give the chair very specific information to put on the form. You're not just given a blank thing of, here's liability insurance, right? The chair will go to the broker and get, they will give you a form that they will fill out, and it will have all of the information from the site or organization or company or whatever. Like if you're doing demos and things like that, right? But in this case, right, events for, you know, your site, they will need specific things in specific locations. If you give them misinformation, they have to start over and do the whole thing again. They have to go through, you know, the broker has to redo the whole thing. This takes a lot of time. Do not wait. As soon as you have the yes on the bid, go right then and there. Talk to the chair. Be like,
no, finalize your site first. Then finalize your site first.
Yes. Once
because
you have that,
site,
you don't have that information until you actually have your site, right? We both have our kitties on screen. Look at that.
Yes, that's my. Sorry. That's another jazz wizard. She was trying to also tell you, wait until you have site, because to book your site, chances are. So we're going back to site. Hi, baby girl.
I jumped the shark. Sorry.
You can. So when you book site, it's going to be booked under a nonprofit organization. And if you have liability insurance, chances are your site fee is going to go down because you don't have to buy insurance through the site. So yeah, that's one of the things when you apply for site. It's like, we have liability insurance, so you need to book the site and then say, yes, we have liability insurance.
So in that conversation,
this is where the conversation.
That conversation, that's when they will give you the information that you need to present to the chair, right? That's the conversation where you go, okay, we have liability insurance, so please mark us under there so that we can get the right fee. What information do you need on the document? So, right, you're going to get all the information from you know, your site. You're going to send it to the chair will send it to the BOD, they will vote on it. If it is a yes, the chair will send it to the broker, they'll fill it all out, and then they will send you it will go back to the chair, and then the chair will message you the form. You have to take the form and then give it to the site. So, there are some sites where, there are some sites where, like, you can't just wait till you're there to hand that in. They'll be like, your site booking isn't complete until we have the form. Some sites will do that to you. So it is very, very crucial that you do this with ample amounts of time.
If I could just add to that.
Absolutely.
Some sites will let you book with their liability insurance, and then when you get the 9 Blades insurance, you forward that to them and they will issue you a refund. So that is also an option, just where you're saying they don't complete the booking. Mm-hmm. To avoid people sniping the date out from under you, which I've had happen, I've booked, I pay the insurance, and then I go get the 9 Blades insurance and then slide that in, and then I get my money back. So everything is nice and above board, and I know my dates are set in stone now.
Yeah, you gotta jump on that so quickly because, right, you might have your whole entire bid set up, everything's dependent on that date, and somebody books before you, and then you lose the date. So jump on all of it. Jump as soon as you have that clear.
Because if somebody gets your date, that means you might have to find another venue, and then you've got to start the whole process over again with the insurance provider. So
it's a mess. Avoid it. I think that takes us into pre-event. So that's everything with your bid.